kitchen. Today I wanted to show you how to make one of our all-time favorite side dishes, baked mac and cheese. Baked mac and cheese is actually one of the dishes that my family always requests, most specifically my kids. They love it so much for their birthday dinners. That's always what they ask me for, to make them baked mac and cheese. Thanksgiving dinners, my family always requests, to bring baked mac and cheese. That's the one side dish that I always got to bring to the table during Thanksgiving. I've received messages from friends and family members, how do you make your mac and cheese? Tell me how you make it. So I wanted to make a video and show you guys how I make my mac and cheese. So without further ado, here's how to make mac and cheese.
So our ingredients for our mac and cheese are actually pretty simple. I have here 2 to 3 cups of half and half. You can actually use milk and heavy cream, which is what half and half basically is. A box or a pound of elbow pasta. Now foodies, my mac and cheese is actually pretty special because I like to use 4 kinds of cheeses. I typically use mozzarella, sharp cheddar, Colby Jack, and gouda cheese. I also like to buy my cheese by the block and then shred it myself. I feel that freshly shredded cheese melts better than the pre-shredded bag cheese. But that's my preference, and of course, in your kitchen, you rule. Today I'm only using 3 cheeses because unfortunately, due to the current conditions, I could not find Gouda cheese at our local supermarket. I like Gouda cheese because it gives the mac a smoky taste. My other special ingredient is cream cheese. I feel like it gives the sauce an extra creamy feel. I also have my butter and Creole seasoning. The Creole seasoning gives the mac and cheese a nice kick. But you can use whatever seasoning you have on hand, like seasoned salt, garlic salt, or just regular salt and pepper. Now I know that some people use eggs in their mac and cheese and others make a roux by using flour. I don't use either of those ingredients in my mac. But as I've said before, foodies, that's the beauty of the kitchen. You can experiment and use the ingredients that you feel most comfortable with. We're going to start by bringing a generous amount of water to boil for our pasta. I like to add a little olive oil and salt and pepper to the water. When the water comes to a rolling boil, we're going to go ahead and add our pasta. Let the pasta boil no longer than 5 or 6 minutes. We actually don't want it to cook all the way through. Remember, the pasta is going to continue to cook in the oven, and there's nothing worse than overcooked pasta. Once our pasta has cooked just enough, we're going to drain it and set it aside. Now we're going to start on our cheese sauce. In a large saucepan, we're going to add our butter and 4 ounces of the cream cheese. I'm only adding half the block of the cream cheese since I'm making a smaller mac and cheese today. We're going to go ahead and break up the cream cheese and butter and let it melt. And we're going to add our half and half. Once the cream cheese and butter have melted, we're going to lower our heat and start adding our cheeses. I add about 1/4 to 1/3 of each of the cheeses. Now I'm only eyeballing this, so just use your judgment. But you want to ensure that you're leaving enough cheese behind to add to the casserole. Guys, please be aware that cheese melts really easily and quickly, so make sure to remain by the stove and have it on low heat, stirring constantly until the cheese sauce starts to form. We're going to add our Creole seasoning or whatever seasoning you have on hand to taste and continue stirring. Look at how beautiful that sauce is starting to look. Now let's add our pasta to our cheese sauce. We're going to stir the pasta in our sauce, ensuring that we're getting that sauce in every nook and cranny of it. So be sure to stir it really well. Guys, don't skimp out on the sauce. If you feel that it's not creamy enough or the pasta is too dry, go ahead and add more half and half to the pasta. Remember, the sauce is what gives our mac and cheese all the flavor, so be sure to add more seasoning as well if you desire. We're also going to add some more shredded cheese. Next, we're going to build our mac and cheese in the casserole. I like to build my mac and cheese almost the same way as I would build a lasagna. I add half of the pasta, and then I add a layer of each of the shredded cheeses. Don't be afraid to pack on the cheeses, guys. Remember, this is a mac and cheese. I then add another layer of pasta and I top it off with, you guessed it, more cheese. Guys, the cheesier the merrier. I set my oven to 380 degrees and I'm going to bake my mac and cheese covered for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, we're going to uncover it and set the oven to 425 degrees and bake for another 20 minutes or so, or until it's golden brown. Now let's take a look at our masterpiece. And look at that stringy, creamy mac and cheese. Thank you guys for watching. Comment below, let me know if you've made it. Also, let me know if there are any recipes you'd like me to try. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, as well as follow us on our social media pages in the description below. Till next time, foodies.